This week we're going to highlight harvest progress as well as weather trends in Brazil. Then we're going to turn our attention to unshipped U.S. export sales of beans, where there's some concern about lack of buying by China. We're going to wrap things up with a long-term review of November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved in the middle of January, and while we're in the midst of the grips of winter here in the Midwest, in South America, specifically in Brazil, they've started harvesting beans. Let's take a look at where those beans are produced in Brazil. We're looking at many key states here, north to south, Mato Grosso being the largest state in the north, but stretching all the way south into Rio Grande do Sul. Now here's a key message I want to share again. Remember, we're highlighting here that USDA is forecasting a 10% increase in Brazil production in 24-25. That's why it's so critical to see harvest progress as well as their export trends moving into 24-25. Let's take a look at crop progress now for Brazil. We're looking here at harvest progress. Really, they've only started harvesting beans in really a couple areas in Brazil, Mato Grosso and the state of Bahia in the north. Some irrigated beans in each of those states are being harvested, maybe the very first planted beans in those states. With harvest underway, there's great attention on weather. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out here looking at temperature trends for Brazil. All that light blue area, it's going to be a little bit cool this week. This is ending Monday, January 21st at 7 p.m. Central Time. Really, it's going to be a touch below normal across all those areas. Now, what about moisture? Remember now, this coming weekend is a holiday weekend. Monday will be Martin Luther King holiday, so there'll be no market trading on Monday. So markets will have a lot of time to digest weather over the upcoming weekend. Looking at some rainfall across Brazil there, heavier amounts across parts of Mato Grosso, not as much as we move further east into the Bahia area. What about temperatures now extending into the next week of January 22nd to the 28th? Really normal, so no hot temperatures or cool temperatures the latter part of the month. Let's now look at total precip in Brazil the next 2 weeks. Now this is important as harvest gets underway here. It looks like it's going to be normal precip up in Mato Grosso, which will be important because harvest is slightly behind last year's pace at the moment. As we move further east, heavier amounts across the Mato Piba area. So again, maybe a little bit of a slow start to harvest here. This is something we'll be watching closely. Nevertheless, though, looks like it still could be a record crop in Brazil. Let's shift gears now and focus on exports. Let's look at unshipped U.S. soybean export sales. Now we're looking here at a very important chart. We're looking at a very weak level of unshipped book of beans. In fact, it's the second lowest of the last 12 years. Now we want to highlight, if we remove all destinations except China, it's even weaker to China. This is the second lowest book to China since they became the world's largest importer in 06-07. A worst-case South American crop would still boost output 7 million tons versus last year. U.S. exports could fall short of the USDA estimate unless there is more China reserve buying. And of course, if exports do fall short of the USDA estimate, that means the carryout forecast that was shown in the supply-demand report would increase. Very important to keep that in mind. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November soybean futures. November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $10.50 a bushel. We see a nice rebound there. We strongly encourage you now to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement, avoid price prediction, and get your marketing strategies in place for any remaining 2024 crop, as well as your projected 2025 production. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.